Now, what I'm going to show you how to create today is an interactive kids story activity book. And this is not your typical bedtime story, as you'll see by the end of this video. Each page actually invites kids to complete an activity. This activity could be drawing something, tracing something, coloring something, solving a puzzle, or answering a question. It's fun, it's interactive, and it's also educational. And this particular book that I'm going to show you how to create, it's perfect for kids ages 4 to 8. You can decide the level for which you want to create books for.
Rockstar Club, that's the place to be. Level up your life, come and grow with me. Mindset strong, we rise, we move.
Welcome back to the Rockstar Academy. I'm grateful that you're here. And listen, if you're a part of my private community that I talked about in this video here, I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next Zoom or just interacting with you directly on that platform. Now we have a lot to talk about, so let's jump right into it.
Rockstar Club, where mindset changes.
Now, these interactive books make great keepsake and they're usually in high demand. So there's serious opportunity if you have something heartful and creative to offer. Now, that said, let me take you through the steps to create this interactive kids story activity book. And step 1 is to pick a theme. And we're looking for popular book themes, things like Aliens Stole My Homework, which is a space kind of theme. Also, The Secret Door in the Backyard, which could be fantasy. But listen, if you're not sure which theme to use, you can actually use this prompt that I've placed in the description of this video and that I'm popping up here on screen. You can easily go to the description of this video, copy the prompt, head over to ChatGPT and paste it there to get a popular theme or a theme that's in demand. Now, with this prompt, I requested 15 because we want to have a few to choose from, but you can decide if you want 5 or 3. It's really up to you. I think these themes are pretty cool. Let's go ahead and choose one for this example. And I'm going to go with the first theme, which is Unicorns and Magical Creatures Adventure. Let's move to step 2. And this is where we're going to plan each page of our activity book. And what we want is an actual page layout with what exactly should go on each page to make it pretty easy to follow. Now, we can get this from ChatGPT as well, and you can do so with this prompt that I'm popping up here on screen, which I've also placed in the description of this video, so you can easily copy and paste it as I'm doing here. Now, this prompt is for a 24-page activity book, but you can make it a 10-page or a 12-page. It's really up to you. And what we're going to do next, as you can see here in the prompt, it says insert theme here. We're going to copy the story or the theme that we just selected from ChatGPT, from the options that we got, and we're going to paste it right here and hit go. Now, as you can see here from the prompt, we're going to get a table, and this page includes the page number, the prompt, and some other information. But we also want the story or the text for the story that we're going to put on each page. So that's where you're going to need another prompt. And again, it's in the description and I'm popping it up here on screen. It's a simple prompt. Give me an exciting and engaging kids story for this Unicorn and Magical Adventures book to complement each page provided in this layout. And you can replace the book title or the theme with your preferred theme. Now, with this prompt, as you can see here, you now have the story to match the page, to match the AI prompt, and to match the activity. So now we have everything that we need to move to the third step in this process, which is to design our interactive book. Now, the user-friendly platform of choice is Kittl. Now, I like Kittl because of its beginner-friendly features and also the fact that with a subscription, you can publish anything you create from Kittl anywhere online commercially without any concern for copyright flags or copyright violations. Now, to get started with Kittl, I've placed a link at the top of the description below. Just click on more and you'll see the link there. And you can enter promo code ODETTAYT to get a 25% discount on all Kittle plans for both the monthly and the yearly subscription. Now let's get started. On the Kittle homepage that I'm showing you here, we're gonna choose the template for your book by selecting New Project. Now, a good size for a kid's activity book is 8 by 10 inches. So we will input the dimensions as I'm doing here on screen. Now at this stage, you can go ahead and add new artboard as I'm doing here until you have all the pages that's in your book, or you can add them as you need them. I'm gonna go ahead and add a few so that we have the templates to get started with a few pages. Now let's select Kittle AI from the graphical menu here to start creating the pages for our book. Now for our first page, we will copy the relevant Kittle AI image prompt here from the table or the layout that we got from ChatGPT. And we're simply gonna paste it in the prompt box here on Kittle. And we're gonna leave this image generator that I'm showing you here, and we're gonna select Ultra HD. Now Rockstars, as you can see here, this was to create a unicorn on the edge of the forest, and we get exactly what we asked for from Kittle. It's bold and it's beautiful. And because the activity for this page is to color the unicorn, if you wanted to, you can easily modify the prompt that you pasted in Kittle to ask for a unicorn with no colors or a gray and white unicorn, so it's easier to color. But I'm gonna leave this white one here because I think a kid could add some color into this and get it looking pretty jazzy. Now next, I'm gonna add the story text on this page somewhere at the top or at the bottom. And to do this, I'm gonna go back to the results that we got from ChatGPT for this particular page, and I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna paste it here on the template in Kittle. You can then adjust the text size and position it as I'm doing here. And I'll also look for a font that's more kid friendly. And I'm gonna do so by searching for kids here in the font search menu and scrolling through until I find something. And I like this one here. It's called Uncle Robin's. So I'll use this font throughout our book. Now to make our text more visible, we'll also select text shading as I'm showing you here on screen from the Kittle menu. And let's choose a text shade that contrasts with the color of the background. So if it's a dark background, maybe a yellow, a light blue, or a white, just make sure that your text is very clear and that it pops off the page. We can also change the text color to again contrast it with the background as I'm doing here. Another way to make your text pop is to increase offset as I'm showing you here on screen. Now next, we're gonna add the activity instructions for this particular page. And again, it was in the layout or the table that we got from ChatGPT. So we're simply gonna copy it, paste it on the Kittle template here as I'm doing, and modify it so it pops off the page with the right color and the right background as is needed. Also, we're gonna position it somewhere at the bottom so it doesn't compete with the story text. And again, you can make your text more visible by changing the color, by adding text shading as you see fit. Let's move to page 2. And again, we're gonna head back over to ChatGPT to see what the AI image generation prompt was for page 2. And we're gonna copy it and we're gonna paste it here on Kittle AI in the image generation prompt box. Again, feel free to modify the prompt to get the results that you want based on the particular activity for this page. You can also regenerate different images until you're satisfied with the result. Now, in a matter of seconds, another beautiful image is generated using Kittle AI. And we're gonna adjust the image as I'm doing here on the artboard. And next, we're gonna copy and paste the story that we got from ChatGPT for this particular page right here on the Kittle template with the design. Go ahead and adjust the colors and the shading as I showed you how to do earlier and as you see fit to make sure that the text pops on the page and stands out so it's easy to read. Keep the font, however, consistent throughout your book just for uniformity and so it doesn't look like you're an amateur. Next, you're going to copy the activity for this page and you're going to find somewhere here on the graphics to paste it and modify it so the text is visible as I'm doing here on screen. Now, Rockstars, you should have a better understanding of this process. So now you're going to repeat these steps for each page, going back to the ChatGPT table and layout, doing the copy and pasting, and making sure your font or your text pops with the activity and the story. Now, you may find that some of the scenes that you got from ChatGPT don't work, whether it's with the image prompt or otherwise. Feel free to eliminate that particular page and just make sure the story flows, because a kid's book can be anywhere from 10 to 15 pages. It doesn't need to be 20 plus pages as we got from ChatGPT. Some of the prompts in the ChatGPT table were not detailed enough, so I asked ChatGPT to give me a more detailed prompt. As I'm showing you here on screen, I then used the more detailed prompt in Kittl to get the image for my book. Now listen, it's going to take some time for you to do this for all the pages, but I thoroughly enjoy creating AI images with Kittl. So I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy this. But frankly speaking, if this was easy, everybody would be doing it, and it would no longer be a unique way that you can leverage to earn passive income. So be patient with yourself and remember that when you create this interactive book once, you're able to sell it over and over without having to invest as much time as you did initially, which is creating some amount of passive income. That said, let's move to step 4. And this is where we're going to design the cover for our book. Now, to create the cover, we're going to head back over to Kittl's homepage, because most platforms where you can publish these books, they require that the cover is uploaded separately, which is why we're going to a new project, as I'm doing here on screen, to create the cover for our book. And we're going to again select 8 by 10 inches because it's the same size as our book. Now in ChatGPT, I want you to enter this prompt. Give me an AI image generation prompt for this book cover. And you're going to paste the book cover here. And in our case, it's Unicorns and Magical Creature Adventures. Now, if you want all of these prompts and instructions laid out in one place, I'm also going to put a link in the description that will take you to my website where you'll get access to all the steps, all the prompts in one place, and not just in the description here. And of course, getting access to it there is going to be free. So go ahead and copy the prompt and paste it here in the Kittl AI prompt box and select Ultra HD. Now, Rockstars, I think this looks pretty good. But I'm going to regenerate because I want to see what other options I can choose from, because as you know, variety is the spice of life. And Rockstars, I'm loving this one even more. If you think this is pretty cool, go ahead and write "this is cool" in the comments. Now, one of the features that I like about Kittl is the fact that you can engage in what's referred to as real-time collaboration. And you can do this when working with any project to include this interactive kids book. With Kittl's real-time collab, you can actually have multiple contributors working together on the same design at the same time. Here's how you can use it effectively for your kids' interactive storybook. With our pages laid out here, as I'm showing you on Kittl, go ahead and click the share button in the top right-hand corner, and you can go ahead and invite team members, or frankly speaking, whoever it is that you want to be able to provide some input on the creation of your project by entering their email address, as I'm doing here on screen. You can also choose what kind of access you want this person to have, whether it's access to be able to edit what you have been working on or just view what you have been working on. With this real-time collaboration feature, you can work with an educator, as an example, to refine the educational outcomes of your kids' interactive book to ensure that things like motoring skills and color recognition is considered, because again, we're creating something that we want to have a positive impact on kids. The educator could be a family member, and with the collab feature, they'll be able to directly edit the instructions, the learning prompts, or the activity test on each page without you having to email or send them the document back and forth. By doing this, it's going to help you to keep your book aligned with early childhood learning standards, assuming you have access to an educator. But here's another way that you can leverage the collab feature on Kittl. You can also invite parents to preview pages of your kids' book. Let's say that a parent wants to buy a customized book from you that actually has their child's name, or the entire story may actually be about their child. With a real-time collab feature, parents can review personalized or customized pages before you send it to print. That way, if there's something that they don't like or something that they want to change in the kid's story, they're able to make a recommendation, and you can do so before you have a hard copy that you're trying to sell this parent that potentially has mistakes. In doing so, I recommend you use Kittl's link sharing view only access, because you don't want these parents changing your design, but they'll be able to comment on specific designs so you can execute accordingly. Now let's move to step 5 in the process, and this is to export and compile your interactive storybook. When you're done with your book, go ahead and export the cover and also export the book pages, and you're gonna do this in high resolution PDF format as I'm showing you here on Kittl. Now Rockstars, here's what our kids' book looks like. Now with our book ready, step 6 of the process is to publish and sell it. And we have 2 options that I'm going to talk about today that you can use to do this. Amazon KDP, and they do offer a 8x10 printable, and I've placed the Amazon KDP link in the description of this video as well. And it's very easy for you to follow the instructions to upload a book. But if you're finding it difficult to do, there are many videos here on YouTube on how to publish a book using Amazon KDP. The second option is Etsy. And this is where you can customize your book via Kittl Collab, because it's easier to facilitate on that platform. And again, you can watch a video on YouTube that will explain how to upload and publish a book using Etsy, whether it's a regular book or one that you need to customize. Now, when you upload your book, you want to price it. If it's a standard hardcover book, maybe $19, because you don't want to break the bank. And if you're customizing it, you can charge anywhere from $30 to $50. Now, step 7 of the process is to promote your book, and to do so in a creative way. You can actually use Instagram or TikTok Reels. And yes, you'll need to be on social media, especially if you're not planning to use a budget and pay for ads. And it may take some time for you to build up your social media following to get these clicks and to get a few books sold. There are many people out there doing this, however, so be patient with yourself and do not give up on yourself. For Instagram and TikTok Reels, you can be creative and say something like, this book doesn't just tell a story, it invites your child to finish it. That's an example, but you can ask ChatGPT for creative ways to market as well. For the premium offer using Kittl Collab, you can say something on social media like, co-create your kids' book with me live. So that way the parent is on while you're creating the book for their child. I think that's pretty cool. Now, just some quick tips and warnings before we're done with the video. You need to factor in Etsy and Amazon KDP fees. You may need to provide some customer service based on what I just explained, and you have to remember that books do not sell themselves. You will need to invest time in marketing, and none of what I'm sharing is a get-rich-quick scheme or something that will give you results overnight. But with the right focus, you can actually launch your book and start your marketing campaign. Rockstars, thanks for watching, and until next time, war good.